Because you about to be an ATLien. ATLien.
What's up, squad? What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey y'all. What's up? What's up? Put them aliens in as you come into the room. I see y'all. Hey, Brit Diva. What's up, 901 Dun Diva? What's up, Jeremiah, Hilda Hearts, Marilyn Blackwell? I see everybody is here. I see you, shoe girls. I see you, C. Patterson, my mods in the building, Princess AG. I think John Edwards might have been the first person in the room tonight. Shout out to John Edwards. Listen. If you have not saw the title, the topic of this video today is about the Wendy Williams Lifetime biopic that aired on Lifetime this weekend. Y'all know I didn't see it, immediately. It took me a day or so, but I did watch all of it. I watched the first part, the second part, and everything. And it was very, very interesting. So I wanted to come through and talk to you guys. Shout out to Angelique Barbie, new member in the building. I also, look, somebody had blessed me early. Who is this? Jackie 1920 said, "Hi, Michelle, my love. I am able to catch you live." Yes, Jackie, we are live. We are live. Come on in the room. Now, did y'all watch it? What do y'all think? From a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it from a scale to 1 to 10? Those of you who actually watched it, let me know, because we're gonna review it in just a second. Thank you so much, Sunrise. It was good. I don't see no 1s and 2s. 7.5. Okay, there they go. 8. Shout out to Facebook too. Facebook is in the building. Rhonda said it was interesting. We got Darren with a 9, a 7. Okay, somebody gave it a 10. Yes, not from 1 to 10. What y'all think? 1. Who would give it a 1? Oh, child. We're going to talk about it, though. We're going to talk about it. Hold on. Let me get this crying Wendy from behind me, because look, we got Wendy over here. We got Wendy and Kevin over there. And it's like, child, it was a whole mess. Like, just like she said, it was a mess, honey. One big mess. A 6, 7, and an 8. Okay. The second part was better. It was interesting to me because the second part was pretty much just elaborating on the first part. I did enjoy, watching Wendy sitting in her little condo, just thinking about the past and everything that had happened. So, look, let's go ahead and start. You said you like the actress. She is much prettier than Wendy. Oh, that is shade. That is so shady. Wendy used to be pretty back in the day. She really did used to be pretty back in the day. And speaking of being pretty back in the day, I feel like, her giving us a little insight into her childhood is really what, we kind of can dive into the reason why Wendy is the way she is today. One of the things that I found interesting is that, it don't look like she has no friends. Nobody can tell her that, this man was not no good for you. Because if you had some real friends, honey, somebody wouldn't have been over there busting windows and slashing tires and everything else. And he wouldn't have got away with having nobody living 5 miles down the road. But I digress. We're going to get there in a second. Hey, Vanjie, thank you so much. Vanjie said it's a 10. Vanjie said it's a 10. Aliski said, "Good evening, Michelle. I live in New York and snowed in." Well, stay warm. We're going to talk about this stuff tonight. Now, I had downloaded a few images because in the beginning of the Lifetime movie, we got to find out how, Wendy's childhood, how she was like the middle child. And, they say there's a such thing as a middle child syndrome. You got the oldest who is like, head of everything. Then you got the youngest who is like, daddy and mommy's pride and joy. Then you got the middle child who pretty much just gets ignored. So Wendy, she was a little thickums. I was a little thickums when I was young too, but Wendy was a little thickums. Let me show you her picture. And apparently, because she was a little thickums, this pretty much scarred her for like her entire life. Hold on, this is Wendy at Christmas. And she looked, she was a cute little girl. She was a cute little girl. She was a little stocky. And so throughout her entire childhood, it was like her mom and dad kind of bruised her a bit, because they were like, Wendy, was always on a diet. Wendy, don't be hiding these cupcakes and ding dongs. Wendy, you too fat. Wendy, don't be embarrassing us. They showed a little scene where they were playing musical chairs at a birthday party. They was in the elites of the elites. They might have been one of the only Black families in that part of Jersey at that time, and they was at a white family's house playing musical chairs, and Wendy got the chair because she wanted to win. And the chair broke and embarrassed her mom. And so her mom was always had her on the diet. Her little brother Tommy was always her dad's pride and joy. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. That gives us a little insight. You said she looks strong. Y'all are so wrong. Why y'all do that girl like that? That gives us a little that lady like that. That gives us a little insight into her childhood. Now, this was another family picture that they showed during the episode. And there is Wendy. And there is which one? Oh, there's Wendy up there top left. There's her dad. There's her mom. God rest her mom. There's her little brother, and there's her sister, Wanda. So you said, how about the weigh-ins? Yes, and they forced her to weigh in, and the dad has said that Wendy would lean to the left to kind of make the needle go another way. That had to have been traumatizing, because I could not imagine going through that all the time. Now, I've had problems with my weight too. Look, that's no secret. But I never been told that I was not beautiful. I never been told that I had to lose weight. Well, then again, yes, I have. But I guess being a kid and having weight, being fat or whatever, or thick or chunky or husky or whatever y'all want to call it, they call it every other name but fat. It is damaging. So that's one thing that us as adults, us as grown-ups, us as parents, aunts, godmothers, our aunts, cousins, everything, have to make sure is not to give these kids low self-esteem, because sometimes it sticks with you your entire life. You said your family was always putting me on diets, especially my cousin. Honey, for real, I've been on diet. I feel like I've been on a diet my whole life. But there's that. Being fat in the North is a no-no. That was interesting. And then, Wendy came up in the era of, the radio, and she was on the radio. She was kind of like a shock jock, in the North at the time. Howard Stern was the it thing. He would talk about any and everybody. And I guess she kind of wanted to emulate him. She started at a smaller radio station where, she would play R&B hits, but she would also, talk about things that was going on in the club, things that was happening around her. And, she would get in trouble, and they was like, Wendy, you can't be saying all this on the radio. How you gonna say all this on the radio? So that was interesting. You said, did she think by showing us those photos we won't see that she does? Why y'all do people like that? Maybe she's always been light-skinned. We don't know. She was tall. She's always been tall. But y'all are killing me in these comments. I can't focus. But she started at several radio stations. She also, we got to learn that, Wendy seemed to have a little bit of low self-esteem when it came to men. She was dating, correct me if I'm wrong, but did she say that this one man that she was dating, was that Eric B from like Eric B and Rakim? Am I dating myself when I know the rap group Eric B and Rakim? Y'all remember them? She did say something about Eric B. And I'm like, is it that Eric B? Because this particular man she loaned her car to And he didn't even bring her car back in time for her to go back to work. And then the next day, she actually rented him a car. And then he took the car, and people was calling her because, you know, they were going to report the car stolen. You said, yes, that Eric B. Oh, shoot, that is crazy. Where is Eric B? We need Eric B to say something. She was dating Eric B. Well, you know, he took the car and then brought the keys back and threw them at her. Didn't even say thank you, child. She was like, you're welcome, bitch. But, you know, that was kind of like the beginning of some insight into her relationships and what she did, you know, when it came to men. And you know, to think about it, you know, maybe it was her childhood trauma that caused her to do this. I mean, you know, she did have both parents in the home, and she was a daddy's girl. And you know, most daddy's girls are in search of their father. However, you know, her father kind of didn't treat her right either, because her father was saying, you know, you're a little chunky, you'd be cute if you lost a little weight. So, you know, she started doing cocaine to lose weight. And that, I'm like, Lord, child, Eric with no car. Okay. You never knew that man. Well, Google Eric B and Rakim and you will know who it is. Okay. If you just get in here, go ahead and like this video. Please drive these likes up, because we gonna, you know, I'm gonna let y'all call in a minute, because y'all know how my memory is, honey. Y'all know how my memory. You said Method Man hit it. Child, look, Method Man ain't the only one that hit it. Let the streets tell it. Wendy was a little bit out there, you know. She had got thinner. She was dating around. She admitted she liked her little thuggish people. And if she liked some thugs, then she already knew what she was dealing with. She was loaning men money, loaning men cars, doing this, that, and the third. It was like, Wendy, what is going on in your life that you're doing all of this? But anyway, you said Eric B said she was lying. What? Mary Man. Look, Method Man wasn't even in the movie. We ain't even got there yet. Okay, but anyway, I digress. So she said she messed with Biggie. She messed with a whole bunch of people. That's why all the people was mad at her, because she was messing with all these rappers. And you know, bedroom talk, rappers tell stories and stuff. And like I always told you, it's not about what you tell, it's about what you keep. And you know, apparently she was telling everything, and people was getting mad. She even recounted one time when she was on the radio station where Total, Kima, Keisha, and Pam pulled up to the station and wanted to fight after she told everybody that they was broke, and you know, they was under Diddy's record label, and Diddy was stealing all their money. So that's why Diddy didn't mess with her. It was, oh child, what else happened? Let me think. Look, I didn't even take no notes, because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go talk about this. But Wendy was a beautiful. Hold on, where is she? Is this her picture right here? Let me see. That's the family picture. Hold on, let me put the Wendy as a up and coming fashionista. So you know, Wendy was always on the wild side. She always had her little blonde hair, honey, and she was always, you know, standing out when it came to her job. Now, okay, let me look. I see what you're saying, Akeem. Let me go ahead and talk about that. Now, women in the music industry, women in the entertainment industry, period, have always been victims of misogyny, of assault, of all kind of things. Look, I've been around so many rappers, honey. At some point, you kind of get used to it. However, I think a lot of rappers and a lot of entertainers, they know how far they can take it with certain women, and I have never had that kind of problem. You know what I mean? Like, once I shut something down, I shut it down. However, Wendy was interviewing an artist. You said Wendy's for the streets. Wendy was interviewing an artist, and you know, she thought he was cute, and you know, he said he wanted to take her out to a party and everything, and you know, maybe she could, you know, come over to the hotel, you know, while he changed clothes. And she was like, well, what about my clothes? Am I okay? And she was like, you're fine. She get to the hotel, he come out butt naked. He comes out butt naked. Shirt, okay, he comes out butt naked, and then, you know, just takes off her underwear and takes it. You know, again, that is called date rape. You know, whether she verbally said no or whatever, she was not there for it. She was traumatized by that as well. That is another reason, you know, when you young, certain things happen. You learn, you know better, you do better. You know, they kind of can remind you of what happened, you know, with the victims in Mike Tyson's situation. They go to the hotel, stuff happens, then people are like, well, why you go to the hotel? And you're like, well, you know, we just cool. I mean, I wasn't expecting nobody to damn take my drawers off, but things happen. So you have to figure out, I don't want to victim blame. But you said Wendy was a paid up and coming around the way girl back in the day. Okay, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. You said the one hit wonder dude. I don't even know what he sang. Do y'all know what he sang? Can somebody put it in the chat what Sherrick was singing back in the day? But anyway, I felt kind of bad for Wendy as well, and I didn't think I would, but I did, because when you start seeing, like, how much she was allegedly, because this is her story from her mouth, how much she was a victim time and time again of drama, males, date rape, men taking advantage of her, psychological abuse, taking her car, not bringing back all that. It's like, well, wait a minute. Well, what is really going on with you? Now, fast forward to her meeting Kevin, because she claims she was married before Kevin, and we didn't get to find out who this man was that she was married to before Kevin. I want to know the deets, like somebody pulled the receipts. So she said she was married for about 5 months. It wasn't worth speaking on. But she was in the club partying, sniffing coke, doing what she do, and Kevin sent her his number through somebody, and she was like, she was always down for a thug. He was running the streets, honey. He was running, literally running the streets. He was one of the boss men in the streets, I guess. And so she decided, to call him. Their whirlwind romance. They seemed like they liked each other a lot. They was around each other. They was doing what they do. Neither one of them wanted to get married, but she wanted to have kids. And this, what was a lot surprising as well, was that, not only did she lose one baby, but she lost, what was it, 3 children to miscarriages, at like late term miscarriages, where she actually had to deliver the baby. So when I say she is a damaged individual, because when you go through a lot of that stuff, like at some point you don't give a damn about nobody. And I was telling my friend earlier today that at some point, when you don't care about yourself, you can't care about nobody else. So when she was sitting there taking all of that abuse from Kevin, we're going to get there in a second. Kevin was cheating. Kevin had, all these different women, and she knew it. When she was taking all of that and being okay with it, there is something in her brain probably that clicked off. It was like, well, hell, I don't love myself. This must be all I deserve. And so it was just so unfortunate to see that. And when you watch part 2, which was the It's a Mess, what is it, What a Mess, when you watch that, where she was actually reliving all of these situations, and she was crying, talking about it, you realize that she is very, very damaged and bruised, and she doesn't have a core group of people that she can trust and talk to, which is why it was so easy for Kevin to, manipulate the situation, come in, be the protector, be the manager of the money, the keeper of the peace. And all she had to do was go and, do the work, and he, reap the benefits. It was so unfortunate. Now, when she got pregnant all of those times, she got pregnant by Raheem. She got rid of it her first pregnancy. Hold on. Eric being right. Wait a minute. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. She did get rid of it. It was, yes, she got. Y'all know it was in the middle of the night when I was watching this, so pardon me if I'm wrong, but I wanted to talk to y'all about it. But yeah, she got rid of her. She had an abortion her first pregnancy, and then 2 other late term pregnancies where she actually carried the baby to like 5 months. Oh. Vanjie, we are not going to police women's bodies, Vanjie. We are not going to police women's bodies. Abortions are legal. And if that was what she felt like she had to do, she did it. I don't have anything to do with that. I am not going to police women's bodies. Okay. Anywho, let me see what y'all saying. She said that she felt Kevin was the first person who truly supported her. And, by all intents and purposes, he was. Let me pull up this picture of Kevin. Hold on. They made Kevin, like, I never visualized him, the few times I seen him as like this strong, fine man, but they made him seem like he was fine. He had swag. He came and swept her off her feet. He was buying her all these gifts and stuff. And there was one incident where he bought her a Rolex, brought it into the studio and slammed it on the table, and she was like, "Oh, another watch. Like, what am I gonna do with this?" And he got mad and kicked the chairs and broke the table. It was so interesting. But anyway, I digress. So Kevin was there. They got pregnant several times. She lost several babies, and according to her story, she felt like she needed to. Well, he felt like God would bless them with a child if they got married. And I was thinking, like, that is so like poetic, like who thought up this story? But I guess that's the way it goes when you write in your biopic. You make things sound good. So they got married, and eventually they got pregnant. When she went to the doctor told her the reason why she was losing so many babies was because she had a weak cervix, and that all she had to do was be on bed rest in order to have a successful pregnancy. So in doing so, she decided, she told her radio station, I want to work from home. And they didn't seem like they really wanted her to, but they brought the equipment over. He was rubbing her feet while she was doing the show, and everything was gravy. And they had little Kevin. You said New York men can't act like that. So she was blessed with a child. So I guess that means, it is true. God won't bless you with a child until you get married. But I don't know why all these baby mamas running around here ain't never been married. They got a whole bunch of babies. But I digress. Now, Kevin was her manager, her protector. Like I said earlier, Total had shown up and wanted to like beat her down for a rumor that she told on the radio station. And lo and behold, Kevin pops up and kind of diffuses the situation, and it was a wrap. And I think it was Kima that showed up on the What a Mess segment on the documentary to, kind of co-sign and say, yep, that's what happens. And, we felt like she was weak for that because she couldn't stand there and talk to us and tell us whatever. And, I can relate to Wendy in so many different ways when it comes to this situation, because y'all know I talk a lot of shit about a lot of people. A lot of people call me on the phone and, read me about saying whatever. And I personally, I'm the type of person, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you exactly why I said it and how I felt. And we're going to leave it at that. Either you're going to agree, disagree. But at the end of the day, I just have a job to do. And so I feel like, running from things, that's when the issue comes to play, in my humble opinion. Now, you said that she took it light on Kevin, and I don't like that. Well, did he never pay his artist? She didn't lie. She didn't lie. But after the baby, it seemed like everything was gonna be okay. There was a scene where she was rocking little Kevin, in his crib, and she gets up because she notices that big Kevin wasn't in the bed, and he in the corner telling some lady that he gonna give her some money, and she was like, "Who was that? What is going on?" And that was the first time she found out he was cheating. I was like, oh my God, like I know that when you're married, it's a different situation when you find out that your partner is cheating. It's like, can we work this out? Can we deal with this? We have built this life together. We have businesses. You are my partner. You are my manager. So it's not as easy as just walking away. So I guess it's easy to say like, okay, she forgave him once. But when she found out that look, Charlemagne the God actually introduced him to Sharina, and they had Sharina picture all up in there. When she found out about the situation, and she knew that he was buying her all these houses, cars, and he had a penthouse that she called the playhouse or whatever, where he was bringing women to. When she knew all that, it was like it was her choice to stay throughout all of that. And so that's when you start saying, okay, well, what, there's a risk and there's a reward. What is the risk to this situation? I guess the risk is, you get hurt, and the reward is what? You get protected, because she was making the money, but he was spending it. She wasn't buying all these cars and all these houses, but he was. Where was he getting his money from? Kevin was cheating while Wendy was resting. Okay, Kevin was cheating, period. And he claimed in the documentary that he only cheated because, they hadn't had sex in like a year. I mean, but hell, she was pregnant for 9 months. She was on bed rest. I mean, what was she supposed to do? She was carrying your child. So should she have given him a hall pass? Y'all let me know, married women out there. Y'all think that Wendy should have given Kevin a hall pass those 9 months that she was carrying their child and she could not do nothing? Press 1 if you think that she should have given him a hall pass. Press 2 if you think she should have kicked him to the curb. Let me know. You said, hell no, no hall pass. Heck no. I'm like, if she can't have sex, he can't have sex. Why is it that, he's the only one that's suffering? Hova, she should have gave him a hall pass. She should have kicked him to the curb. I forgot. 1 is hall pass. 2, kick the curb. Kick the curb. Kick the curb. Kick the curb. Okay. Ain't no passes. Okay. I see. Okay. Afia said she should have gave him a hall pass. Oh, okay. Afia. Okay, you on that T.I. and Tiny, you okay with the threesomes or letting your hubby go out and do a little something while you at home? I get it, that's okay. You say exactly, he got 2 hands, exactly. So what was the issue? I'm trying to figure out. If we both in this together, if I'm carrying your child and I can't do nothing, you can't do nothing either. That's just how I feel. But I digress. Now, the interesting, there was what am I missing, child? I'm missing a whole lot. I know. Hold on. I want y'all to call in because I need help. Hold on, let me put this link in here. What else had happened? And then let me get back to the abuse, the bringing you to today, the drug abuse, the alcoholism, the going into the sober house. We all knew, we were all here when all of those things were happening. We were talking about it on the blogs when she fell out, when she was dressed like the Statue of Liberty. We were all there and we witnessed all of that. So reliving it in this documentary, it was like, oh, okay, that's what was going on while she was feigning on air. She was really going through it with her husband. But was she really going through it if she had been going through it for 16 years and dealing with it? So you said hell no. Wendy never denied drugs. She been exposed that. Okay, Wendy is as mad about cheating. She's mad that Kevin is so messy. Well, there's that. Okay, well, yes, we got that too. She gorilla glued the mailbox. She went over there and spray painted Kevin and Wendy forever as if that was going to do something. He done brought this woman almost $1 million home and you spray painting on the door. What's that got to do with anything? She walked in, she saw they had a dog. He didn't, he never left the garage door. He never closed the garage door at their house, so he never closed it over there either. It was just a lot. But one thing that I did get from this documentary is that Wendy is a broken person. And it's just so unfortunate that, now we see like some of the things that happen even with her. And look, Nene Leakes, we can bring that into play, where people felt like that they were really her friends, but then she would go on air and say certain things that weren't quite friendly like. And people start to realize that, it's all about her business and not about her her friendships and relationships. It's almost like she can click things off and on, which is what she did with Kevin, which is what she did with pretty much her entire life. And now we kind of can see, you're right, we're all broken in some way. There are no perfect people. However, when you see her, I felt bad for her, and it was, again, it was interesting. Hold on, let me bring somebody in here to help me out. Nurse and Nerd.
Hey, Michelle.
How you doing?
Well, speaking as a perfect person on social media, because that's what we all are on social media. Everybody's a CFO, CEO, multi-millionaires, multiple businesses, multiple everything. Listen, Wendy, I like you said, I always thought that she was, this, that, and the third, but it goes to show that woman aspect of her where, unfortunately, it actually is very sad that this lady has built an empire in reality where, I hope I don't, offend some people, but Howard Stern, you hear his last name, right? He has the protection for everything. Whereas this was a Black woman that went on ahead on her own and was able to do this is huge.
Yeah.
And Kelvin was, in a sense, like, come on, if you're married to somebody, you know what that person is doing. You know, we could act like we was Phaedra and Apollo, but you know what that person is really doing. But I think what happened was Kelvin became her bodyguard because anybody that spoke ill of Diddy came up missing. She's the only person that's made it alive.
You're right.
So it's
Can we
just
talk about her brother for a second? Somebody mentioned that. Remember when I said I felt like it was all publicity for the show? You know, he going on there reading her, she going on her show because, you know, she's been in this game a long time. She knows
it never happened like that.
of the things that, you know, she says. And so she did that, you know, and kind of drew attention to it. So people were talking about it the same way she brought up the situation with Method Man. That wasn't even in the show, but she brought that up because he's in power and people are talking about him again. And so now, you know, it's like, oh, it's all coming to pass because we saw the brother in the damn documentary and he was like, oh, you know, that was her favorite little brother. So what's up with that?
So that just doesn't happen. But it goes to show Wendy herself is just a business and entity. And unfortunately, she just never crossed the line with just being a woman and being herself. She is just the business. That's it. To tell me that this woman just only has Kelvin and her parents, that was it. That's a sad. I understand. Yeah, my husband is my other half, but hell, I got my own damn life. That's weird.
Right.
But it's just like, this is all you have. And now you see why she holds on to her son so dearly. And that's kind of a heavy bearing for the son to hold as well, because in a sense, she really put the all. But I understand a lot of people are going off on her using the drugs and things like that. But remember, back in those days, nobody really knew what drugs actually did. It was a party type of situation. They all did it. It was like everybody smoking cigarettes. What? Pregnant women.
I don't know why everybody keeps talking about everybody did drugs. Everybody did not do drugs, but okay, let's go with that.
Not everyone, but you know, Michelle, it was very free. Where we were on the airplane smoking cigarettes. Nowadays, anybody even light a cigarette, you look at them like, oh.
Yeah, cigarettes, but drugs have always been bad, haven't they? Like, remember Nancy Reagan and all of that? Well, I mean, you probably don't remember that. Like, don't do drugs and the crack epidemic.
No, that was when it hit. Like, that's when it hit the white people neighborhood. It was fine when it was everybody else that was being sold the drugs and they was out here acting crazy and they demolished the middle class black neighborhood. It was fine. But it wasn't until it got to their neighborhoods. Oh no, we got to stop the crack epidemic. But guess who was the only ones that got locked up? That's besides the point. We're talking about Wendy Williams.
Right, you digress.
I honestly, it showed a human side of her, but really and truly, it goes to show this woman has everything. I would never think that she'd be sad. You have the money, you have the fame, you have the awesome career. You should be living a golden goose, but in reality, this lady might just be living in complete sadness.
But how did you feel when she was sitting on the sofa and, you know, crying and reliving all this, and you could tell that it was really hurting her heart to like think about how, you know, nice, you know, how in love she was with Kevin and all of that stuff, and she would start crying one minute and smiling and cheesing the next, and she was like, his loss, I got this glorious penthouse and this view, and she's sitting there with all of the equipment on
the materials
and everything. Like, I was saddened because it's like, you spent your best years with a dude that didn't give a dang. You know, you can have all the money and stuff in the world, but nobody want to die alone.
That was her bodyguard, because you're in that industry. No one was able to really touch her because Kelvin was there. But now to sit there in your own thoughts, you're just by yourself. Wendy is a sad, sad woman. You can be in the penthouse, you can be wherever you want to be, but at the end of the day, without having that proper therapy, and all of this is a little bit that we don't even see the real truth. And she was crying over this. Wow. I hope that if she's able to help other people get into the industry, hopefully that will be able to ease off her karma and she's able to live. But she need to stay away from Black China in them. She need to be hanging around with people her own dang on age and try to live her life.
What you said.
Join a book club, Wendy. Knit some sweaters or something.
She need to join a girls group or something. You really you need some girlfriends, and it's just so sad that, you know, the girls that she had that were really girly girlfriends, you know, she can't hang out with them no more because she done burnt them all.
Yeah, I think Nene would have been really diehard, like ride or die for her. She wouldn't have told her business. It would have just been all of them just hanging out and doing whatever they do and just a good kiki. But unfortunately, she burnt Nene really bad, especially the fact that she had that show that they could have had Nene go into, and to find out that, wow, Wendy, you really hated on that lady.
Right.
But hey, well, thank you, Michelle. Wendy, I'm get therapy, honey. Joining this.
Thank you for getting me through. Were there any other points that I missed in the documentary, in the docudrama?
No, you hit it all together, and also reality too. That was her husband. It's not too many people that's gonna talk real crazy about their husband. You're not gonna do
I mean, because she still got to think about her son.
you can't do that. Like that's so. Well, thank you, Michelle. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Jazabelle. Hello.
Hey, Michelle. Hey, y'all in the comments.
Why are you so quiet? Hey, how you doing?
I had myself on mute and forgot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I watched it. I liked it, but I feel like the movie was very fast paced.
I do too. I think it should have been like 2 parts.
Yeah, because it didn't, I mean.
Especially since they had the documentary. Why couldn't they just make it 2 parts?
Like it covered some stuff, but I feel like it didn't cover, like what it could have. I feel like she could have went, more into some things.
Ooh, her mama said the reason why you peeing is a bed because you got too much weight on your bladder. Yeah. How do you tell your child she fat and put her on the tuna fish diet? Child. I mean, some moms don't want their daughters to be fat. I mean, but they don't realize, that is ruining. Like you should always tell your children that they are beautiful and loved no matter how they look. You know what I'm saying? So at that age, it kind of, formed her to where, she was always so self-conscious of her body, regardless of anything. If your parents do that, imagine the world outside, what they're saying.
Right. I think, too, people are forgetting that Wendy has said a lot of times on air regarding the celebrity friend thing that she does not want friends who are in the industry.
She has
said that.
You're right.
She has said that. So it's weird, the thing with her and Nene, because we would think that it was a mutual, genuine bond, but maybe it really wasn't.
I think that Nene is a really genuine person. Y'all don't know.
I think she is too.
That I know, but I mean, she is like, what you see is what you get. She a straight shooter. She tell you how she feel, and those type of people I appreciate, because it's the other people who are snaking the grasses that smile in your face and talk behind your back. I don't want them kind of people around me.
But what's interesting to me is that Wendy and Nene, well, to me, my opinion, they actually seem kind of alike.
Yeah.
So I would think they would be close.
But the difference being, like Dan Brielle said, Nene is loyal. Nene has girlfriends. She has she's a girly girl. Like Wendy claims to be a girly girl, but I feel like Nene really is that girly girl. You know what I'm saying? Wendy just like frilly things, but she don't like girls. She don't like.
But maybe Wendy don't really know how to associate with people on a particular level. Because in the movie, and I think in the documentary, one of those, she did say she didn't really have friends. So maybe she doesn't, know how to social. I don't know. Sometimes it's a mental or emotional thing, how you relate to people and stuff like that.
But she's always out with them clout chasers, them clout chaser bloggers and things like that. You wonder, and hanging out with her DJ.
Yeah, but okay, Wendy is almost 60 years old, so maybe she's gone through a lot of changes. So maybe she's attempting to change.
She needs to join a knitting club. Last thing you want to be is 60 years old in the club.
But she's not in the club. She
has been in the club, well, before the corona.
But she's newly divorced and stuff,
I would be at a bar drinking a cocktail before I be in a club.
Okay, Michelle, don't do this because I'm finna take it there.
Don't take me there. Don't put me there because I'm be in the club.
Okay, Nene is still married, but Nene be in the club.
Does she? Nene don't be in the club. Nene got a club though.
She don't be in the club.
No, she don't be in the club.
Well, she may as well be.
The last time she was in the club, she was with Wendy, and we all was saying, "Well, they old ass doing in the club with Rick Ross."
Okay, but see, her and Marlo and Diana and whoever else be.
They don't. When I tell you, those people don't never be in the club. You see Candy probably that age cutoff. You see Candy, Rashida, Monica, all of them in the club, but you don't never see Nene and Marlo. You don't never see them in the club.
Okay, so you think Wendy trying to get her youth back or relive her youth, or
I don't know what she's trying to do, child, but whatever she's trying to do, she needs to stop doing it with her DJs and the people she work with.
Dating him. That's her new boo thing.
So now she got to pay me to be her boo thing. That's got to be
a sad work for her.
I don't think it should be a prerequisite that you're my DJ, but you got to go out with me too.
But how do you know it's based off of that? It could just be they just related on another level, and
But this is more. But it's happened more than once. Remember the other DJ, she was doing it too, and he claimed sexually harassment.
Oh Lord, Wendy. Okay, I can't have her back on that. Okay. She didn't talk about the baby. She talked the truth about the baby. But she talked the truth.
She said something about,
his job is to keep her off the pole and make sure blah 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 blah.
That's a Chris. What was it? Not Chris Tucker. Chris Rock. Chris Rock said that.
Joke, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it, I guess. I like Wendy though, but I think the movie could have been better. But the documentary was good. But I like her.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Dang, I forgot. I was about to say something else. Anyways, I'll call back in if I remember. All right.
All right, Jezebel. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. Shaniqua.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I see you in the private chat. So you think Nene is genuine too?
I do think genuine. I do think Nene is genuine.
Huh?
I said I do think she's genuine. But she was in the club on Cynthia's wedding night because she took pictures and they had videos.
But she was in the club with her husband. She wasn't out there with the girls in the club.
Oh yeah, I know, but
she was out there with Peter on ass in the club, remember?
But I do want to say with Wendy's movie, I think it was a decent movie. That's a good word, decent. But my heart really did go out for her when she was losing those children because, that's got to take a real toll on her as a woman. And for her in the movie when she stated that she didn't want to be with him because she didn't feel woman enough, if she can't hold a child, then, why be with him? And that, that has to hurt coming from her. And it just that really made me want to stop calling her Wendell.
I've never called her Wendell. I don't like that, and I don't like when the gays and the trans call her that because I'm like, how y'all misgendering this woman and then get mad and want to fight other women for calling you he's? You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's a double standard. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I see her in a new light since I've seen it. I mean, I'm sure that's what she was going for, aside from getting her story out there. But I do see her in a different light, and it do make me shed some type of respect for her after seeing what she was going through. And that she do need some help. She need an intervention. And from the movie and from the documentary, with her just pouring her heart out there, she do need that help. She need Nene, whoever her closest friends are, and they need to come in there and give her a big ass hug after watching that. And just, someone said they hope Nene, called her on the low, and I kind of do too. I was like, dang, I hope Nene called her and was like, are you okay? Because some people but here's
the thing, she ain't called Nene to say if she was okay.
True, it's a two-way street, but you always got to be the bigger person, I'm that
Why
type
you
of
gotta be the bigger person? Let me
I,
stop. I feel you. I feel you.
I feel you too, because I'm battling. I'm going through something like that too, where I tell myself to be that bitch. Like, man, fuck these people. But I'm always the bigger person where I'm like, let me reach out to this person and see how they doing. And I hate it. And that's my weakness. And I gotta do better. That's something I gotta deal with on my own. But for Wendy, when you see something like that, you can't help but to reach out. They say hurt people, and I hate that. In her situation, she's hurting. You got to sit aside your hurt and just say, hey, friend, I know we going through something. Let me see how you doing.
Well, why are you here? How about how did you feel about Andy Cohen being on the show? You don't think that was a bit
First of
odd?
all, I was like, fuck Andy.
Andy was not even around during that time.
No,
Andy
he
and Wendy ain't
wasn't.
never really been friends like that. They ain't never talked before they got into it about Nene. So I was like, why is Andy? That's kind of shady. So if I
It
was
really
Nene, I
was.
wouldn't call either. You got Andy Cohen sitting up in there. You ain't asked me to come talk.
I ain't gonna lie. I felt the shade when I saw him. I was like, "Why the fuck is he here, man? Get him off. He don't need to speak." And I'm glad he barely spoke, because he didn't have much to speak on. He really didn't.
He wasn't even
Huh?
around it. Andy ain't never been in hip hop culture. He probably wouldn't even listen to that station. He was listening to Howard Stern. He didn't care about Wendy Williams.
Exactly. He ain't had nothing better to do, and it's fuck it. And as for her husband, man, she should have left his ass a long time ago. As soon as she found out he was cheating, maybe the second time,
Well, sadly, I could kind of understand the reason if she ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying? If she ain't got nobody around her and she does need a certain level of protection. This man has been her ride or die. She trusts him with her money, her business, all of that. Like, I can see why it would be difficult to cut ties. But
yeah,
at some point, when
that was her rock.
yeah,
that was her rock.
yeah,
And
when it got to
I
be
think
blatant
it's
as far as him keeping her in the sober house while he flooding his side chick all over town in his new Maserati or whatever. Oh, it's time to go.
I think it's the New York in her. It's the I can't think of the word. You know how folks be like, oh, it's the Gwinnett in me, aside from the Atlanta in me. I think it's the New York in her, the reason why she act like that. I can't think of the word that I want to say, but that's the New York in her acting like that. Because if you grew up in a certain environment, you are a product of your environment. So that's what she's portraying. She always knew she wanted a hood nigga, and she got it. And it comes with consequences. And that's basically what happened.
Okay.
She shitted on herself, but she was damn sure was a cokehead her whole entire life. God damn it. I was like, shit.
That was the only reason she got skinny. She said she was on the coke diet. I'm like, oh my goodness.
But man, I don't do drugs, but I was like, dang, man, I want to be skinny so bad. Not skinny. I just want to get back to 2015.
I be on my dramatic weight loss, drinking shakes and eating tuna with mustard.
Ew, tuna with Miracle Whip, okay?
I like being curvaceous. I'm good.
I just want to get back to 2015 and call it a day.
I know that's right. I need
not 2013. 2013, I was 130.
I'm trying to get back to 2019 at this point.
I feel you. Well, but I'm gonna head back to the chat.
I appreciate you. Hold on. L. Jones, you ready?
Hold on. Do I need it? Let me cut off my TV.
L. Jones.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Now, I wrote some notes down. I'm not a Wendy fan, totally. I can say that Kevin was evil, and how he did it was telling her that she was fat, and her self-esteem got to her.
But Kevin was telling her I thought he was like just on board with her getting plastic surgery and stuff. He was telling her she was fat too?
Yes.
Oh.
And she didn't show everything through her life. For one, her parents put her down as well. And that what really got to her at first, and because he had a baby before they got married, if everybody realized that. And but she wanted to still marry him. And when she did, when she actually found out he was still messing with her, she sold her condo to her mother them for $1.
Okay.
So he couldn't take it.
Oh.
Yeah. So they did that, and I don't think that she actually, in her documentary, she didn't tell about her life. That's what a documentary is, because she should have went from coming up, why she got to the point she at now. She started doing drugs way before, in her early years, before she went to college and all that.
Okay.
So that was one.
Wait a minute, somebody just sent me a picture of Wendy's first husband. Let me throw this in here real quick.
Okay.
I don't know his name. Look, what's his name? Anonymous person who sent me this picture. Here go Wendy and her first husband.
Okay.
She was only married for 5 months, but it looked like they had a big old wedding.
And what makes it so bad, why she do all these surgery? She looked good while she was young. Well, that's just, I guess, how some people think, And
oh, his name is Bert. Okay, thank y'all. His name is Bert, like Ernie and Bert.
Yeah. And
Girigori. Bert Girigori. That's her first husband.
Another thing that I was thinking, because I got 2 boys, her son would think or learn that it was okay to be abused by a man. So he may have that same trait doing something to another woman. And that's what I was thinking on that one.
Okay.
Also, she didn't talk about that she was inducted to the Radio Hall of Fame. She ain't talked about that. Oh. She left out a lot.
But they only had like, what was it, an hour?
Yeah,
they needed to split it up into like 2-3 parts if they were gonna cover everything. But they left to me, they left a lot out. But they hit the the important parts.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I think her parents did her wrong while she was growing up, for one, because they kept nabbing at her about her weight, and that's why she got her self-esteem just went out the window right there. And then when she met Kevin kept doing the same thing.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, Miss L. Jones. Thank you so much for calling in tonight with your notebook.
Oh, hey, I have to take notes with y'all.
Look, I should have took notes because I forgot her. I'm sitting here like I can't remember what had happened.
Yeah. All right, then. You have a nice night. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Sunrise.
Hey, love. How are you?
Good. You mute. Oh, I was about to say you muted. I'm sorry. I'm writing it. Okay. Hey, Sunrise. I'm going crazy. That's all. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Why you not on camera?
Oh, child, I done got ready for bed. Did my little nighttime skin routine. Yeah, it ain't the time for camera.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody. I enjoyed it. I do think, like, was it a Wendy documentary or was it a Wendy and Kelvin documentary?
That's what it felt like. Like about this love story going awry.
Right. It was almost like the Whitney and Bobby story. Like, I wasn't here for the Wendy and Kelvin story. You know what I mean? Like, she's so accomplished that it really could have been focused, you know, it really could have been more of a focus of like her success and her accomplishments. Like, I was kind of over. I mean, yes, it was a significant, you know, yes, it's played a significant part of her life, but that doesn't define who you are. Like, your successes could have been 2 hours of this documentary, in my opinion.
Right.
But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
But I guess that's why, you know, I feel like she chose to do it that way because, you know, she became a hot topic because of her ex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but if
because
she
Hot
had,
Topics was the reason she became famous and she became, you know, the thing that she was talking about, then maybe let me go ahead and throw this all out there because I never fully addressed this on my show or anywhere else. So this particular thing is the hot topic about the husband, what was going on, why I was drinking, da 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 da.
and I can say that I agree. However, the movie is something that will live on forever. So for me, I think that should have, you know, kind of documented more of her success. You had a documentary right after that repeated everything that was in the movie. I would have rather had the movie really focus on her successes and, you know, her triumph and coming up through the radio industry. And she could have got into the whole Kelvin situation in the post documentary. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, for you to have done all that you've done and for all that you have accomplished, for you to like leave this legacy of a movie that will kind of just, you know, continue to go on. Did you really do yourself a service by focusing on the very man who was the somewhat of the demise of your success?
Ooh, that's deep. I mean, but she could not do it, could she?
No, but that's like
sad, like the what a mess part. She really was a mess.
She really truly was.
That Versace robe on with her legs up, with the lymphoma, with the machine going.
You know, like
drinking whatever she was drinking, apple juice or whatever in a cocktail glass. It was like, okay, crying and laughing one minute, crying the next. It's like, yes, it's a mess.
I just think that she should have left it for like the post show. But I understand when you're in one of those kind of like heartbreak situations and you finally feel like you have the freedom to tell your side. Especially when you have had to be so politically correct. Now, she dabbled a little in her comments on the show, you know, periodically, but I'm sure that she probably felt the freedom in being able to tell her side of it. But, you know, I enjoyed it, but I just think that it was just like a little much in regards to it being, you know, about him. Right. I mean, I'm in Philly. Wendy was huge here. Huge. You know, I know several people who
and where are you calling from again?
Philly.
Okay. I
know people who worked directly with her at Power 99. And you know, she was very accomplished here. She was very like she absolutely did her thing here. And you know, to see her story play out, and even like her parents and I mean, let's call it what it is. As far as I'm concerned, it was abuse. You know, and I don't want to give them a pass, but sometimes older generations just don't, you know, I don't want to give them a pass.
I mean, you always say when you know better, you do better. So maybe
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I know her. And it was kind of sad to see her mom, knowing that she's not even here anymore. But, you know, I know her mom is an AKA. I know how they are with, you know, not knocking any sororities at all, but just keeping yourself up and your image and all of that. You know, I'm sure that played a significant factor in, you know, her expectations of Wendy's appearance and, you know, how she carried herself. But it was just, you know, it was overall good. I just think that Wendy she self-sabotages friendships. She blatantly said verbatim that, she's her own best friend. So when it comes to establishing friendships with other people, I think she self-sabotages. I mean, if you couldn't even have like a friendship with, like your mother, who kind of somewhat abused you in a certain way. I know that she describes them as best friends later in life, but that was after her success, which kind of dictates that like her physical presence wasn't enough, but it was her success that validated herself to her parents. Like, it wasn't like almost like her parents didn't approve of her until she became successful.
That's what it felt like, because she said they barely paid attention to her, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't until that they could brag and boast and, oh, she's successful, before they actually like accepted her. But, like even with Nene, like both Nene and I are Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I'm very much Nene in terms of just like we go so hard in friendships and relationships. And yes, we are Sagittarius can be very blunt people. Like we don't really hold any punches, but it's out of love because we don't really want like surface level friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And people definitely would rather have like yes people around them, and we aren't yes people. And it could be like a lot for people to take, but it's really out of love. And we go so hard, and we oftentimes end up getting burnt and end up getting the short end of the stick.
Wow.
And I just, I do think that they could have really had like a great, friendship. But, Wendy really self-sabotages. And I think that she put all of her, everything that she had in this quote unquote friendship with Kelvin. And I think that that's what broke her. I think that that's what broke her the most, because that was the only person she considered to be her friend.
Well, Sunrise Speaks, I certainly appreciate you.
You are welcome, love. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll go back in the chat, and everybody have a good week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Hold on, y'all. Vanjie, our number one ride or die, is in the building.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Vanjie.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? Thank you for the super chats.
Girl, you know I got your back. So I like Wendy. I really do. But she sometimes can take things far. What she did to Nene was wrong. Thank God Nene had her receipts to show it. And Andy, I don't know why she had Andy in there. I was so disgusted when I seen him. And the truth is that her husband did help her. He did. So the truth is like, nobody can talk bad about him because he was shaking down those producers that were scared of him. To make sure she was tight. What he did was super wrong. And I would have kicked him to the curb by the first time I find him talking to some woman. Telling me I'm pregnant in the bed and you go in and get it somewhere else. Boy, please.
No, I'm with you. But I mean, I guess some women just aren't strong enough to, handle it.
Yeah, because she was just dependent on him for everything. I don't know if you saw last year, one of her people that watch her called in to tell her about her relationship, and Wendy embarrassed her like no tomorrow. I feel if you have supporters, you shouldn't talk to them like that. It was a girl, and she came in the, to tell her about a relationship with her boyfriend and stuff. And she told her that, no, you don't look right. And he's never going to talk to you. And this and that. She told her, to me, that was just bad. If you have somebody that dare and they love you and they calling in, like, you don't got to be like that. To me, that was just disgusting about her. But hey, she ain't got no husband. I thought that she wanna be in the club doing her thing. Let her
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, Vanjie, I appreciate you, and we got much love for you over here.
I have much love for you over here too. And I'll keep on. This dog is just driving me crazy. But Michelle, I got you. And
Thank
I always will get you.
thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Bye bye.
Bye. Y'all better not ever say nothing bad about Vanjie. You better not ever say nothing bad about Vanjie. Wait a minute. You call back Jazbel?
Yeah, I remember what I was gonna say, but I was gonna wait.
Okay, you want to wait or you want to say it now?
I'll wait.
Okay.
Because I remember.
You want me to put you on hold?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Lord. Tammy Dazzle.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you tonight?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I know that Wendy said that her son was off limits, and I totally agree with that. I do. But she's using, if you heard her on all the interviews that she was doing, she always kept saying she knew Kevin was cheating on her, and she was plotting and planning to leave him, and she was waiting till her son goes to college. What are you showing your son?
That's true. That is
I
true.
have 3 sons.
Uh-huh.
And I raised them by myself because it would be better for me to do that and they can have a relationship with their father than me be with their father trying to raise them together in the same household.
Uh-huh.
Toxic. You know, and I think I would have had more respect for her in that sense if she would have just been woman enough to say, I was in love with this man. I had the hope that he was going to stop cheating. I seen it. I just didn't want to believe it. I was living in a bubble. And I've always said I could get over cheating, but when you have a baby, that's when it's over. And that's what it was. Just say that. But don't use that whole stayed with him for my son until my son goes to college. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. But I mean, you got to give her credit for, opening up and pretty much making a movie out of the tabloid fodder, which is really what it was. Because, all of that we had heard, she showed the private eye, she had hired a private eye. It's like, why you hire a private eye? Why you even spend money on a private eye you already knew?
Why was all the pictures that she showed from the private eye the same pictures that TMZ was showing?
The same.
Do you think she flipped that over?
All of them. So was it Wendy sending the pictures to the TMZ?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's all. I had to run into the store. I was having fun listening to you tonight. You have a good night.
Well, thank you, Tammy. Always a pleasure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Vinchelle.
Oh my goodness! Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, it's been a while. You don't never call.
I know. Listen, I be having shows, and then every time you're on, I'm like just getting home, getting out, and I'm like, oh, I missed you, but I'm so happy I caught you tonight. I was off. I was like, oh, she's online tonight. Yes.
I'm so happy you called in.
Yes, I'm happy to be back. So listen, I'm going to be very honest with you. Don't drag me, but I did not. I was working. I was doing the show, so I could not watch the documentary, the 18-hour special. I was unable to tune in for that. But from what I've been hearing, I'm just like, ooh. But let me actually go back with Wendy. So Wendy, if y'all did not know this, Wendy. I love Wendy Williams. Let me say that first of all. I've been on her show, not on her show, but I've been in the audience before quite a bit. Love her, but she said something a while ago. It was kind of recently, and it was when she said that guys should not be wearing dresses. You remember when she said that?
Yes, I remember. And she caught a lot of flack. I remember.
It was it was just sad and disgusting because one thing I'm with you. I'm always like, listen, the gays should not be calling Wendy Wendell. I do not believe in that. I think that's absolutely wrong. But I also think that these women that get put together by all these gays should be respectful to us because you would not be looking like how you look if it was not for these gays helping you out. So these gays that's wearing these dresses, like me, I'm a drag queen. Hello, I be wearing the dresses too, better than her. Hello, I'm joking. But no, I'm joking. But yeah, so that always rubbed me the wrong way. Now, don't get me wrong, I've still watched, but it's just that really, really, really messed me up with her. And then I also remember that she did a pride event in Philadelphia once, and her husband, Kelvin, was there demanding money immediately, asking for the check immediately, and said, I have to go. And literally, and Wendy was just sitting there. Now, I was not at this place, but this is for a good drag queen told me this. They were right there hosting, and they said that Kelvin was right there being like, please let me get this check right now. I gotta go. Got the check, and he left as Wendy did the gig. So he's been mad disrespectful. I know the gays still love her. I know we do still love her, but at the end of the day, it was just rude what she said. I know the comments are coming up. But yeah,
I feel like the biggest part was because we ain't gonna shade her and say, that only gays can get her together, but we do know a lot of gays get her together. It's just the fact that she got a big, LGBTQ following, and for her to say that on air was a little off-putting, especially knowing, how revered she is in the gay community. So
yeah, that was my only thing. And it's like, I don't hate her. I just think that, everyone makes mistakes and people say things. And I just think that for me, it was just a little off-putting, but she apologized and we can make it through, right? We can make it through. But I just remember, I do remember that pride event though. I definitely remember that pride event. And I was just like, oh my God. And the last thing I wanted to say is that this show right here is gold. Every time I do my makeup, I put on this show and the episodes that I miss, and I'm like, and it's just the right amount of time because I like to take my time when I do my makeup, honey. So I love you. I love this show, and Dre and Miss New York, wherever they're at, if they are listening, holla, because they have me crying. All of them, it's so good. So I love it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know where they at, honey. They ain't calling in tonight.
I'm shocked.
It must be in these streets, honey. I've been going live a little too much. They can't hang.
Oh, because I changed my profile picture and everything. I was like, I'm ready for them to read me. Now I have to get my good wig on for them. I was like, I have to make sure the edges are laid for them to come for me.
Good wig, honey.
Yes. But it was great talking to you, and I'm gonna definitely call back in. I'm so happy I caught you. I always miss you, so I'm so happy I caught you. And thank you. My voice, it's all mine. Yep, I didn't pay for it. It's all mine.
Oh, I appreciate. She did do that again. You right.
What did she say?
Well, she tried to read her brother when her and her brother were going back and forth, and she was like, "You don't want me to come out and tell people."
She said he would like this dress. He would like this. She said he would like. She said, "Do you like this dress?" He would like this dress. I remember that. Yes. It's just. Yeah, we could all, but you know what though? We all could be better people, right? We all could be better people. No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
You already know. But I already think that was a stunt anyway. But
you know what? I was listening to when you were saying that, and I was thinking, I was like, and when I was watching it, I was like, this is a mess. But then when I was watching your show, and I was like, wait a minute. It's a stunt because was he in the documentary too?
Yes, he was in the documentary, and they were saying, he's my little brother, he's my best friend. And blah, blah, blah.
Girl, we are in the Olympics with these stunts, honey. No.
And that's what I said when she brought it, because he had been talking about her for a while on YouTube, but when she brought it to her show, it was almost like, she did this on purpose. She, strategized.
Oh yeah. Well, the last time that we were on, and the last time I was on with you was when they just dropped the stripper gay, and you enlightened me. You were like, listen, this is the producers want this to get out so the show could be popping because Nene's not on. And I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, Michelle's right. And then now I'm sitting up here like, yeah, look, Michelle's like, I know. But yeah, it's damn, yeah, it's a shame that they're using family for ratings, but like I said,
on the Housewives for a second, chat like, why you ain't talking about Housewives Day? I'm gonna talk about them tomorrow, I promise, and I'm also gonna talk about the ratings because the ratings come out on Tuesday.
Is there any way I could ask if they went up or not? I just want to know.
Yeah, well, we won't know until tomorrow, but they've been pretty lackluster all year. But one thing I wanted to say was Nene leaks have been trending on Twitter every Sunday, and also had been trending on Twitter, on the days when she decides to tweet, because she throws shade a little bit because she was telling people to stop watching racist shows, i.e. Boycott Bravo. And so I feel like, they did a little stunt this weekend or Sunday and had all of the ladies go to Twitter for the 1 hour when the show was on to try to push up the hashtag in the trending topics. So that was a coordinated effort by Bravo to get Nene's name out of the trends. So, I just thought I'd bring that up, but I will talk about that more.
Ooh, Michelle. I am. And see, the thing is that it's also true. It's also true. Damn, that's a shame. That's unfortunate because I used to Housewives, y'all. I used to my Sunday nights. I used to not accept gigs on that night. Okay, now
it was like I couldn't go nowhere from 8 to 9. I got to watch the Housewives. Then from 9 to 10, I got to come go live, talk to y'all.
Yes, it was so. I remember Sundays. I was like, no one call me. Vinchelle is out. She is. The makeup is off. I'm watching TV for this 2 hours, and then now I'm like, I'll take any gig on Sunday. If anyone has a gig out there on Sunday they need, I'll do it because I'm not watching. I mean, I'll watch, but I don't really watch on the night of, and that's so. It hurts me because like I used to love it, but not anymore. Honey, not anymore. And I will say this. I know people tell you this all the time, and I know you're tired of it, but just check out a little bit of Potomac. I know. I'm sorry. Everyone dragged me in the chat. I'm so sorry. Drag me. But just watch it. It's good, Michelle. It's good.
You ain't gonna make you was not gonna get. I was Bravo. I watched the house.
Oh, that's right.
Or bootleg.
All right. I know. I'm just saying it's good, but maybe one day we'll get you on there.
Oh, I'm good.
I'm good. I loved it. Well, I love this show, and I just love you. I love your energy, and I love the people that call in. It's all good. Thank you. We love Potomac. Yes, honey.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh damn, Potomac is so good.
You are not gonna convert us. No, we not converted.
Come on, ATLiens. We gonna Potomac aliens.
Bravo. Everybody type that in the chat.
Potomac aliens.
Potomac is on Bravo too. Hashtag boycott Bravo. That's why I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about Married to Minister. I ain't talking about none of it.
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
Housewives, because that's my brand. But anyway.
Honey, I love it. Well, listen, if you have a brand, you got to stick to it, though. You got to stick to it.
It's a niche, it is what it is. And I'm in Atlanta, and we all about Atlanta around here. We talk
I
about
miss Atlanta.
All of that.
I know.
So I appreciate you.
Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta too. I miss Atlanta so much. I miss it so much.
Where are you now?
I'm in Philly.
Okay.
So like the previous caller before Vanjie, first of all, Vanjie, amazing. And I don't know if anyone watches Drag Race, but every time y'all say Vanjie, it makes me think if any of my Drag Race fans out there, y'all know what Vanjie means in Drag Race world. But yeah, I'm in Philly now. So yeah, but I used to live in Atlanta for quite a bit and I loved it. So I miss it. And I used to work right across the street from the Bailey Agency, honey. So I've met Peter. And Peter has I remember in the restaurant that I worked in, because I was a waiter back, a waitress, excuse me, back then. But that's when I was a starving actor, thinking I was a model, But, but that was back, everybody in Atlanta is a model or a rapper, honey. But I remember at that restaurant, he was so nice to the Black folks there. I remember that he was so nice, and I remember all the white folks were like, "Oh my God, he doesn't really talk to me," but everybody Black, he was like,
He's not talking to the white people.
I mean, he did not talk to them. Let me put that. He did not talk to them.
No. I know Peter,
but he was so. But every time he saw me and this one girl that I worked with, he was like, "Hey, how are y'all doing?" I was like, "Oh my God, Peter, hi." It was great. Yeah. But yes, nice talking to you.
Well, thank you, Vinchelle. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll call back soon again. Thank y'all for the voice. I got that good headset in today.
Y'all go follow Vinchelle on the Instagrams, honey.
Yes, and you follow me on Instagram, and I love that. So yes.
Do. I need to Instagram more. Every time I do Instagram, I get in trouble. So
that's me and Facebook. I got to stay off of Facebook.
Too much.
Yeah, I got to stay off of Facebook.
I'm gonna run my mouth and get in trouble. I'm just gonna get paid for it over here on the YouTube channel.
Oh, and bloop, and there's that. Yes, Miss Maggie. I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan. Well, let me get off before they read me. So y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Keep up the amazing show. I'm gonna keep watching and keep tuning in, honey.
Oh, thank you. You continue being great. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Y'all have a good night.
All right, good night. Ciao. Hey, Fanny Pack.
Hey, Michelle.
What you doing, Fanny Pack?
Every time I get on here, I gotta change my profile pic. I gotta remind myself. Hello.
Profile pic.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you was breaking up for a minute. I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
Would
Is
you
there a
let
delay or
your
something? What's going on with
husband
your phone? Okay, go ahead.
What happened?
Talk.
Can you hear me?
Talk. Miguel. Lord Jesus. He can't hear me.
All right. Would you let your husband have a condo?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Wendy knew what was going down. You are not about to tell me that you over here let him have a whole condo that I know she paid for. He had the biggest come up of all because he made all this money off of Wendy and he was over here cheating on her. So I just had to, like, that was really surprising to me. Also, I was watching The Breakfast Club this morning and Charlamagne was saying how he used to call her a fat ass bitch and all this extra shit. And they did not show that in the movie. They was talking about how there was some false in there and how, yeah, basically like they brought out he was a real hustler, whatever, having bitches. But I feel like they were kind of wanting to be careful with how they perceived him because that is her baby dad.
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah, that's all I had to say. I just really, really think that I'm a fan of Wendy. I love Wendy, but you are not about to sit here and have a whole apartment for your husband and you think he's not about to have no bitch.
Ooh.
Period. But that's all I had to say. I just wanted to say hey.
Hey.
I ate an edible, so I'm high as fuck right now.
You
So.
always eat edibles, child. Well,
I
thank you
always
so
am either eating edibles or
Miguel.
smoking.
Miguel.
But you know what? Weed is legal where I live, so nobody can say nothing.
Look, you get no judgment from me.
No, they be eating me up in the comments. Oh, he always high. He don't know what he's saying. What happened?
I said it's not legal where I live, and I still want some. What's your point?
Oh, period. Oh, Michelle, you smoke? Yes, Michelle.
Well, me, I do not smoke. I might take an edible every now and then to calm my nerves, but I ain't smoking.
Okay. So you just don't like to like inhale.
I don't want
so that means you don't like hookah.
Like marijuana. Ooh, no, that's nasty.
But now, like you said, you could take that. There's either like THC pills or like you said, the edibles. Yo, Cali, Michelle, you gotta go to Cali. Cali edibles are the best. They literally taste like chocolates. They have all different lollipops, brownies. They don't even. You can't even taste the THC. And I'm telling you, I got so high.
The sour gummies. I like the sour gummies.
I love sour gummies. Or like the what is it? The peach circles. Those is good. Or the nerd ropes, even better.
Okay.
You making me want to take a trip to Cali to go get high. I'm done with you.
But you already high. You don't need to take no trips. Take a trip to the other room, child. Walk around. There go your trip.
I'm gonna go in the jacuzzi and just chill for a little bit. All right, well,
Miguel.
Michelle, I shall talk to you soon.
All right.
You know how we do.
Yes.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye. See, all my best friends be calling her, and all my best friends. Jazzbell's still back there holding. What you want, Jazzbell?
Michelle, I changed my mind. I just found something out on Clubhouse.
Lord.
I done forgot about the Wendy Williams stuff. I'm on something else. Look. Okay, so which Dre that invited you to on Clubhouse?
Huh? Oh no, not that Dre. No, the Dre that invited me up, Andre Davis.
Oh, he kind of looked like him
With
too. I was like,
Cole and all of them. He was a manager, A&R.
oh, I was about to say Michelle done played us all this whole time.
Nuh-uh. You think Dre invited me to Clubhouse?
Yeah, because I was like, dang, he really do got a resume.
No, that's not that Dre.
Oh.
So you been over there trolling?
No, I wasn't trolling. I just saw somebody mention Clubhouse in the comments, and then I saw it on there. And I was like, Dre, and then he kind of looked like him.
Child, it does not.
Okay.
Is that why you called back?
Well, no, I was going to mention, but we had kind of got off the subject of Wendy, but I was going to mention, like, her son had like a drug problem and stuff like that. And then Wendy did write a book where all of her stuff was in the book. So maybe that's why they didn't put it in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Michelle, don't do me like that. Anyways. Okay.
Well,
are you going on Patreon?
Oh, if I can get all these calls, just back here waiting.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Jezebel.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang me up.
Oh gosh. Hello, J girl.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi, my first time calling and seeing this, so it's exciting. I love all the comments.
Welcome. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. So I saw the Wendy Williams, whatever. I call that a video resume because I have not seen, there was nothing on there. I'm not going to say nothing. There was very little there that was like deep and about her. Like everything there I could find out if I Googled or if I watched TMZ or, if I listened to various radio interviews. She talked about that. So there was nothing that made me say about Wendy, I want to go to her show whenever quarantine lets up. I want to, there was nothing there that engaged me with her.
Uh-huh. So
so
I just from the childhood, the way it was put together, that didn't kind of intrigue you a little bit?
It didn't, because Wendy has talked about that stuff for a long time. I'm originally from New York. Okay. So she has always talked about her weight problems and things like that. So it's not, again, it's not something new. It wasn't, I wanted to see the Wendy that found, like, the moment she found out that Sharina had this baby or got pregnant, I wanted to see that Wendy. I wanted to see how Wendy felt. I wanted to see Wendy, just a Wendy that she hasn't shown us. And I know Wendy is very, she's like very guarded, and she puts out what she puts out for an outcome. Does that make sense? That's how I feel about Wendy.
I get it. That there was an agenda behind the movie. Like there was a reason why she did it, perhaps. No.
Yeah, and I feel like Wendy has burned a lot of bridges in her industry because of that kind of behavior. Like when they said she was with Eric B, I was like, what? Wait, when did that happen? Like, even when she was dating all these different people, she never spoke about it. On any of her shows. So her life has always been, oh, thank you for the New York thing. Yeah, I'm New York all through and through. But but my whole thing is like Wendy just wasn't it just, I'm a kind of person, when it happens, you talk about it, you make sense of it, you talk to your friends, and then when you relive it, then it's like you have a different perspective. I didn't get that in her biopic, or like I didn't get that.
So nothing that I just got in the biopic changed your opinion about her? Like even like her knowing about Kevin for 16 years and him cheating and staying. You already knew about all that?
Well, she wasn't talking about him cheating. Other people were talking about him cheating. And it was like on different radio stations and stuff like that. So Wendy didn't really talk about it, but she couldn't deny it. Like whenever it came from the times I listened on the radio in New York, whenever it came up about her husband, he was off limits. So she didn't talk about him, but other people talked about him. And Wendy was just like, she just didn't, she didn't confirm, she didn't deny, she just moved on. So I remember it just, and also Googling, you know, you hear different old interviews, other people talking about Wendy, because in New York, they dragged her when she was on the radio a lot. So other people talked about Wendy's experience. So again, when I saw it, I was like, well, I knew about that because this person mentioned it. You know, it just really didn't. I think Wendy needs a lot of healing. Like your comments are saying, she needs a lot of therapy, but I'm waiting to see the outcome. There's something in the works that we're not aware of.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel.
You think her husband?
I don't know if it's a new show.
Remember, her brother said something about Wendy didn't go to the funeral or something because she went to lunch with Kevin. So
yeah, that was sad. That was sad.
I feel like there was a reason he told it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like it is you know, by chance. I you know, with them, I feel like a lot of things are orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? So you know, who knows what's going on right now?
Yeah, there's something in the works. We're gonna find out in a few months. It's something going on, and you know, but I just really, you know, I watch these like biopics to kind of see something about the person that I wouldn't have known generally, to see them as a person, like to see their humanity. That's a better word, I think. I saw it, of course, the miscarriages, that was horrible, like that stuff, okay. But it was like, I don't know, I just call it a video resume. I mean, that's just how I looked at it. Like everything she mentioned, you can find out by Googling, you can find out by searching her, it's public knowledge, it's out there, whether she put it out or someone else put it out.
Right.
Okay. It's been out there. I wanted to see something that has not been out there, or even take a moment in time of her life and get Wendy's true opinion about how she felt. And I also, and thank you for letting me go. I know I'm going long and I'm going to stop soon.
No,
thank
it's
you.
fine. It's fine. Well, I appreciate
But I feel.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no. I was just going to say one last thing. I feel like the narration could have been done by Wendy. What do you think?
I think that's what part 2 was about. Did you see part 2? What a mess. Like, to me,
actually,
that was really the narration of everything. It was the same thing all over again, but it was her sitting on the couch recounting it all and crying.
Oh boy. Yeah,
so watch the second part where she talks about it.
Oh, okay. I definitely will. Well, thank you for having me on your show.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, Honeybee. I know you've been waiting. I know.
Yes, girl. You know I've been waiting.
I know a whole bunch of y'all waiting.
And we get through.
Y'all was ready to talk about
How you doing
tonight.
I'm like,
wait.
Am I on? I'm on. Okay.
Yes. Hey.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes. Is there a delay? Do you have what you got on? You got the other screen open? What you got open?
I ain't got nothing. I'm on my phone. For one, I'm on a real spotty Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. Is it? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was talking. I just didn't think you could hear me.
Okay.
So let me just say what I gotta say, because my Wi-Fi is spotty, and you know I'll be trying to put my baby to sleep, Michelle. I haven't called you in a long time, but I'll be in the comments and you be posting me, so I'll be like, okay, Michelle, like what I gotta say. But like the last caller had just said, I think that Wendy should have definitely discussed like her son a little bit more, because he was on drugs, and it needs to just, let's talk about it. She didn't talk about, like, she could have went in more in depth on different things, like that first marriage was definitely needed to be dug up into. Like, we didn't know nothing about this man. I didn't even know she had a first husband or whatever. I feel like she should have dug into that.
Look, there he go right now. We pulled his picture up.
I saw him. I was like, oh, I had to do my my little fake New York voice. I'm like, oh.
Okay. Wendy don't even look like Wendy. Well, it look like Wendy.
No, and he
Like
definitely looked like a
younger.
bird. And how he
It
get
would be
married with
a
all them
5-month
patches
marriage.
on
They
his
had
head?
a wedding, honey. They had a wedding.
A
Anyway.
real wedding, but why he didn't get his haircut? Anyway,
well, you know it was the 50s. No,
the 50s. She was born in the 50s. Now, Michelle, you playing?
No, but I'm saying, like, you know, back then, maybe that was his haircut. I don't know.
That man
They
is.
went,
Oh,
they
he need a
went having,
lining.
the low tip fades back then.
He should have shaved all that off.
Well.
Oh, the whole thing with Eric B. Michelle. He did respond. It's on the shade room. He had put his car, him standing next to an old I think it was a Rolls Royce. I can't remember. But he put him standing next to a car and he said, I needed a rental. So he definitely responded this morning. Ooh. He had something to say about her, trying to take them jabs.
What's
what you think though, Michelle, about
Eric B? That's him right there.
You finna look it up.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
right
look it up, Michelle.
Girl, wait a minute, let me put it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric B responded and said he needed a rent. Wait, didn't come up. Hold on. Let me put
it's there.
Instagram. Hold on. I gotta cut this. Child, y'all be spilling all the tea.
Yeah, he said, damn, I needed a rental.
Okay, Eric B with the 15 gold chains.
Okay, there he is. He said he don't need no rental, boo.
He said, I laughed too well. It made for great TV, but the truth is something different. Try that. Okay, come through Rolls Royce.
And look at the license plates though, Michelle.
Eric B. Okay.
Got his name on it, baby. That's his car with all them chains.
We don't know what year she was talking about, though. So it may have been when he was first started out or something. We don't know.
I don't know. I don't be believing Wendy after that whole thing with Nene. I've been saying it in the chat the whole time too. I can't trust her no more. After she said on that doggone phone and we saw for ourselves on IG Live, then she got on her show the very next day and pretended as if Nene said all of these things and had all this production in the background. Like she's a liar. She exaggerates so much. I barely can read.
And then she was doing so many drugs. How she remember? How she remember what was going on way back then if she was doing cocaine and weed and everything else?
Girl, you was high. Go on with that. She was high. She don't know what was going on at all. She just makes up stuff. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I can barely.
Like, how she knew what was going on with Method Man if they was on drugs? How she even know they had a one night stand?
Right. She don't know. She just makes stories up. And she likes to tell a story. That's what she likes to do. She likes to tell stories and she makes stories up, as she goes along. It's like, it's just whatever sounds good. Even when she said something about, I think it was an interview she just did the other day where she was like, when she talked about her alleged assault, because I'm going to say alleged about everything for Wendy movie because I don't believe her, but her alleged assault that was against the man that she's supposed to have gotten RAP by. And she had said in there that happened to her. And I'm like, I don't believe her. I do not believe her like that. She sounds like she's a liar. She said when she talked about it, she said, well, I kept in my mind that when it was happening that I would have a good story to tell one day. Well, dang. You just plan on telling stories. That's it. Girl, that sex was probably consensual. She probably didn't know it was going to happen, but it happened. There was some consensual loving, honey. Wendy is a professional liar. She's putting on for everybody. She lies and makes up these stories. But that's all I really had wanted to come on. Let me see, make sure. Because, people got to take their notes listening to you, Michelle.
You got some notes?
Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. Now, why Wendy try to act like she was that skinny that whole time? They could have put a little fat suit on that lady. Because she came in on the show in 2007 or something. She could have been a little bit more fluffier when she came in. Because
that hair used to be a mess. Remember when her and Charlotte that hair used to be a hot mess.
It used to be her and Beyonce with the bad wigs back in the day. And I love me some Beyonce. I don't mean to drag her, but her and Wendy was used to get dragged about their wigs. Remember? It was bad. So yeah, I just feel like it
she
could have
got
been a
no
little bit
point with
more.
them big tatas she bought, because she did look like the letter P straight up
Right.
and down. Like,
yes, she does. Yes, she does.
But I mean, if she wanted big boobs, she got them, honey. It's her money.
Yeah, I ain't even hating on her with the boobs. I mean, if that's what she want to do, honey, she want to put them big old balloons on her, let her float away, child. It's all good.
Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Yes, Michelle. I said, let me hurry up, put the baby to bed, child, so I can get on this live and talk to Michelle.
Okay, it's so many people.
All right, Michelle, I'll call you back another time. Thank you
right.
for picking me too.
Thank you for calling.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Oh, real bitches do real
Okay. Can you hear me, Michelle?
I gotta edit your name. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say, child, the last time I called, I think I had one or too many glasses of wine, but you know what
There's
it
no
is.
such thing as too much wine. What are you talking about?
I'm having a glass as I'm talking right now, child, but I got my
I'm gonna have one
styrofoam.
as soon
That's
as we
fine.
hang up. I need some. I'm drinking water right now, though.
So yeah, I'm just calling in, girl, because Wendy just literally made a fool out of herself, especially on that second part with laying on that couch, girl, with her feet kicked up like that. But first of all, I think that Wendy, she fabricated just about everything she said, because Method Man, wife, and gave her the business today, along with Eric B. You just pulled that up. And when it comes to Andy Cohen, honey, Andy Cohen did that out of being spiteful. Okay. Andy and Wendy, all the time, when Wendy reached out to Nene, however they became back friends, I just feel like that was all a part of their plots, you know. And Nene being the real person that she is, I think she honestly forgave Wendy and moved past the book and, was really going to be genuine with her. Also, far as Wendy husband, he already seen when he seen Wendy from day one, he already had his plan in motion. Okay. Wendy was in love with that man, but that man never was in love with her. Ooh. First of all, who allows their husband to have a separate house? Talk about she didn't want the weed and stuff around her husband around her son. Well, honey, you was a cokehead. Like, are you kidding me? The weed would have been way better around your son than a coke. Well. You know? Then and then she was saying how, I think Wendy just really did her little show to, like, try to be getting at the mistress. Which, honey, the mistress came up off of you, which I don't applaud no secondary woman, honey. I just believe in you always should be the first runner up. You should be the first one, not the runner up. And but I think she just did all of that, trying to dog Kevin, and rub it in that girl's face. But honey, that girl was sitting back just enjoying your money. And I mean, she was enjoying it. And yes, when Wendy, all them pictures and stuff that was coming out on the blog, Wendy was the one putting that stuff out. Because Wendy, as you see, is very petty. Who is this mega star going to spray paint on somebody's house? Like, are you kidding me, girl? I just can't believe she even put that on national television. That's just as bad as Sheree accepting collect calls on TV. Like, are you kidding me?
That's just bad as Sheree on the front porch of the chateau sweeping the dust off.
Yes, that's what I said. Like, what is these people doing? Yeah, and I just really think that and there's one more thing I want to say. It's off the topic about what Nene posted today and how people is in the comments saying that just go ahead and move past it. I just think that she can't move past it because it seems like they have her stuck where she can't even pick up another job anywhere. She can't work nowhere else.
Yep,
It seems like
definitely a non-compete. She can't do nothing, unless she's working with Bravo. So
right, yeah. And Andy is doing that intentionally. Not only that, I just feel like I think people is not catching on to that how Andy really works. He's premeditated to me. He's very calculated. And when he was asking Nene all these years, he used to say to her, "Well, Nene, who you think shouldn't come back next season?" That was all a part of his plot, turning them girls against him. So when he strike like he has strike, and none of the girls won't support her. And they keep saying they're not supporting her because she tried to have them fired. She tried to have them fired. That was all a part of what Andy was doing, so the girls wouldn't support him. He is very, very, very premeditated about everything he does. And
No.
what he did was used her. He used her to get where he's going. And now they're doing her so bad. I just feel so bad, Michelle. Every time she tweets something, it just hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish that she just stopped tweeting because they're trolling her intentionally. They're doing that intentionally what they does to her. You know what I'm saying? They trolls her. Do you agree?
I do, but do you think she should keep quiet just because they want her to?
No, I don't think that she should keep quiet. I think she should. I think she should make her next move her best move. You know what I'm saying? And I think with her just keep putting out, a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there. I think if she's not going to put it out there like that, and expose them for who they is, I think she should just move past it, you know what I'm saying, and do what she got to do. But I think they're intentionally trolling her like that. I think like they all went on Twitter yesterday and stuff like that. They only doing that to troll her, and they know Nene is very emotional because we all is emotional about it. So I can imagine how she feel.
Yeah.
Because it breaks my heart every week. You know what I'm saying? Every Sunday, it really does break my heart to just see her tweeting and stuff like that. And then for them to try to put, well, you said you're going to talk about it tomorrow, so I don't want to get too deep.
I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, so stay tuned. I'm trying to go a little early, probably be about 8ish, but yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So the last thing I just want to say, yeah, Wendy just a hot mess, honey. She's just a compulsive liar, and she just told all them lies to look good yesterday. But we'll get back to it tomorrow. So you have a blessed night.
All right, thank you.
And thanks for taking me on.
All right.
Okay, bye bye.
So many of y'all back here. Sharon.
Hello.
Hi.
Michelle, you can hear me?
Yes. How you doing?
Girl, I'm here fighting with my dog.
No, not fighting with the dog.
Yes, I'm not paying him any attention. I'm staring at my phone.
My dog is literally on his back right next
and
to me.
He's not happy at all. Anyway, I'm not staying long. I feel sorry for Wendy. I feel so sorry for Wendy.
Why?
I don't like some of the stuff that she does.
Why do you feel sorry for her?
Because some of the things that she went through, I've been there.
I think we all. I think that was what was so relatable about it. I think we all been on there.
Yeah, so I feel, I feel a lot of what. I don't think she's lying. Who lies on there? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna lie on that? You'd be stupid to lie on that. So I believe her. The only difference is I'm a Sag. So Nene would have been the perfect person for her to be real friends with. Just like what that other Sag said, I agree with her. We go hard for people that we care about and love. You understand? We don't put people down. We tell the truth, whether you like it or not. If we're friends, we gonna still be friends, because a friend should be able to tell you the truth and you'll still be friends.
Right. I agree.
So right now, Wendy needs to pick up the phone, swallow her pride, and call Nene, apologize.
Ooh.
And trust me, Nene's a Sag.
Ooh.
Nene will give her, she will watch her with a side eye, but Nene would give her another chance, still watching her with that side eye, because now she
gave her more than one chance, though.
Yeah, but Sages, we like that. So, as I said, she's gonna watch her with a side eye. She knows who Wendy is now, so she will treat her accordingly. But she really needs to call Nene. Right now, she really needs to call Nene. Trust me.
Lord.
And she needs some serious help. Some serious help.
I kind
I
of
know because
I feel like she does need friends, but I feel like after you've been bitten by a snake, you don't voluntarily get bitten again. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people around me who say, "Oh, you need to call da 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 da," who used to be your friend, and I'm like, "For what?" You know what I'm saying? Like once somebody has done something to you that is, detrimental, there's no reason for you to go back and get, hurt again.
yeah, but I'm not saying Nene should call her. She should call Nene and apologize for everything. And I mean, really apologize and mean it.
Okay.
And Nene will give her hopefully another chance, but at the same time, watching her with one eye. Nene's not going to sleep on her now because she knows exactly who Wendy
The only
is.
thing I know is it's about self-preservation at some point. At some point, you don't have to invite the negative energy back to the
Yeah,
body.
that's true. But she needs help.
It's okay to be like, okay, from afar, be well, old friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, you good, and be good with it. So
She just all I'm saying, she needs help and she needs a friend. Even though she said she had a friend in high school, I forgot what that friend's name is, and that wasn't brought up at all. Even in the documentary, that friend didn't speak. I don't think so. She has a friend in high school that they hang out sometimes, but I don't remember hearing her bring that friend's name up.
Oh,
And
okay.
if that's true, she needs to go talk to that friend.
Yeah.
Really. Anyway, Michelle, that's all I had to say. So I'm going back to the chat.
Well, I appreciate you.
Later, Michelle.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Bye. I'm trying to get all these because what I want to do is go to Patreon. Hold on, let me see how long I've been on. Oh Lord, I got 10 minutes and then be 2 hours. Let me KJ.
What's up, boo?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Who this in your picture?
Me and my cousin.
Hey, okay. You know how to,
No, that's Mary J.
That's Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Let me make it big. Let me see. Okay, that's your cousin. Tell him to call me.
Everybody think that's my cousin. No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing. But hey, real quick, did you hear about the news that just happened down at the arena with the chicks almost trying to fight LeBron during the game?
No, what?
Yeah, it was some chicks down there. They had the blonde wigs on. They was arguing and hollering and pointing at them, trying to get up there to him, and the referees just stopped the game and everything. So it was real crazy.
These were some of his women's?
No, these was I'm not gonna say they wasn't. I don't know, but they were really extra to say the least. So they had to stop the game. It was on TV and everything, but that happened about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Spilling the tea.
I know, right? But no, real quick about with Wendy and with Kevin and also Lil Kevin. So I think that she missed a point that could have been really good, and that was the things that happened with her and her drug abuse or drug usage, and then also how it spilled over into her son and him dealing with that K2, that spice, the synthetic weed, and how they couldn't get any help from him in the States. So
look, I'm thinking you said synthetic weed. You see what my mind is? Okay. I'm like, she had fake hair. Nene, go ahead.
I know, right? No. But dog, it was with they call it K2. It's called spice, but it's like a synthetic weed, and her son got hooked on it, and he couldn't get any kind of help or anything in the States, so they had to take him down to Honduras to Dr. CB's place. And Wendy didn't go; she stayed doing the show. Kevin went, and so did that Sabrina chick.
Oh.
So that was something that could have been touched on as to how things work out. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have drug abuse and redemption stories, how to get over it, how things can sometimes travel when you have a parent that does something and sometimes a child might follow in those same footsteps for whatever reason, and how you come out of it. And it could have been parents, or there may be parents who have children that are, kind of dealing with things too right now. And she could have, quite possibly had picked up on this story too. But she didn't want her child to be touched on, so I get it too. Although he is like,
yeah, 20. She said he was off limits. Did you watch the second part?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah, the lady that the previous caller was talking about, her name is Regina, and they've been friends for like almost 30 years. Well, yeah, she had nothing to do with the documentary in any way. And then from what I read this morning, Andy was on it because Wendy and Andy used to hang out years ago, but Kevin stopped that relationship. So they didn't do anything for years. And when Kevin got taken out the picture, they got back close again. Therefore, he was able to be a part of the documentary. So that's kind of where that relationship came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But also one more thing too. A lot of people were talking about, Kevin being a manager and he was this and he was that. I'm like, this is a street dude. He's from Brownsville, New York, kind of a rough area. He didn't have like corporate, boardroom etiquette. He came in slamming stuff on the table. He was late. He was aggressive. He was this. He was that. I'm like, what you expect to do from the streets? That's how it's supposed to be. That's all he knows.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, everybody was going through that. Remember they was hanging what's his name? Vanilla Ice off the ledge, and Suge Knight was shaking people down, and
then
Diddy was shooting up the club. It was all kind of stuff going on.
And then she was putting all these stories out about, obviously we know about Total, but there was some stuff with TLC. It was some stuff with Mace. Of course, it was Diddy and what he was doing down on the beach and all that kind of mess, and almost getting her whole career ruined. So it's a lot of other stuff that was going on outside of their
relationship. She used to get into it with everybody at the radio. I remember when she got into it with Tamika Raymond talking about Usher.
Yeah, Usher like
Tamika out the dang studio.
Yeah, so I'm just like, it's good that she did the documentary, but I also feel like it's so much more to her career than just her and Kevin or Kelvin. But I feel like it was done the way that it was done because what New York say she wrote in her diary about me? Oh God.
I told New York to call in. She won't call in. Oh, there she go.
Oh God.
You want to talk to her?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Don't pull up. It's all good.
I'm scared, KJ. You sure?
No, let it out. It's all good.
Okay. New York, is this really you? I don't see no picture. You gonna come on camera today?
Ow!
Is that what you're doing? Changing your picture?
No, I had actually had the video on, but I'm always one step ahead. I had the tape applied to the camera, and I'm okay with that.
New York, take a step back and go ahead and put the camera on.
What's that?
So take a step back because you're always a step ahead. Take a step back and put yourself back on the camera, boo. Come on, I want to see you.
You want to? Oh, you want to see me?
Go ahead. Since you're writing your diary about me and all that, I want to hear this.
Okay. KJ came prepared tonight. Let me take a sip. Go ahead.
Yes,
KJ,
you just got here, boo. We know you
aggressive with me, and I'm here for it.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I went back and I listened to another live, right? Since you say you thinking about me and you got me in your diary and all this. Can you replay back what you said to Peter when you was talking to him on the phone?
Yes.
You remember how you was lusting and you couldn't even catch your breath hardly because you was too busy being a thirst bucket on the phone? Go ahead.
That's true. And
Peter,
you would too.
Peter, I'll take you.
He's a one-man woman.
I'm just saying, like, Peter, I'll do this to you and I'll get you in the room and I'll lay you down and I'll rub your bald head and I'll do this to your feet and I'll do this. Really? That's what you do?
Yeah.
But you in your diary though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I know you're jealous.
Hold on. And then you get on the next live when I get on and you talk about how you want to confess your love to me and me confess my love to you. And then you get mad because I said, hey, boo, to Michelle. But then you yelled at me saying, why I never call you boo?
I did see that.
He remember everything.
I'm just saying. And my response was, well, I'm going to call you boo. I called you bro. Go to the mirror and look down. I can't call you boo for that.
Okay.
What is happening?
Well, I don't really understand the aggression towards me, but
no aggression,
I'm
baby.
asking that you save that for the bedroom.
He called you baby.
I need him to be a bedroom bully, not a YouTube bully.
Ooh.
Final answer.
Can you do that for me?
Final answer.
I'd like to just read what I wrote for you tonight.
Well, do me a favor. I want to hear it, but I want you to cut the camera on while you do it. Make it one-on-one.
I don't know if I can do that tonight.
Well, what about tomorrow night?
Perhaps.
Lies and deceit.
Okay.
Nah, go ahead, New York. Go ahead.
Tonight, what is going on?
Go ahead, New York. I want to hear. Go ahead.
Dear Diary, KJ told me he was straight, but his booty hole is as big as the moon. And I gagged. The secretions that were left on my bed from his anus destroyed my mattress. I told him to go to the doctor and get his cavity sewn up. But then he said, New York, how would I poop? I said, I'm gonna shoot you in your ass. 1, so that you can shit. 2, for discharging on my bed like that. Tonight. Well, I guess love has escaped me again. Love, Miss Fake, New York.
You done, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, let me help you out real quick. Secretions, really? Yo, and I think you meant your manhood is what you meant to say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you literally came here prepared with the Brandon music, the Moesha.
She was the thing was, Michelle, the thing is she's messing with them same edibles that Miguel had earlier. So it's gonna kind of mess with your mind a little bit. It's gonna have you thinking and feeling some stuff. I'm sorry. But New York, you know better. Don't play me like that.
You know what? Miguel loves to say that he's eating edibles. He's not.
What is he on here?
Something is eating him. And I don't want to give too much tonight to Miguel because he's now off the line. But I've seen him in person and I'm quite disgusted.
Okay, can we wrap this up? I have another date with my Patreon members.
Yes. Tonight,
you coming over New York? You'll never come over.
No, her
I'm
broke ass
always
ain't come
there.
over.
No, I'm
not
actually
a broke ass.
She ain't come
I'm
over.
always there. I just don't call in. I feel like the paid members don't want to hear me. You know,
they always ask about you.
You got a
they
fan club.
hate me.
You got a fan club.
They hate me.
New York.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It is, isn't it? Why don't you protect your mother from it?
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
I got you, boo, but we ain't gonna do that.
Boo. What straight man says boo? You know, you need to come out the closet tonight.
There ain't no closets over here tonight or tomorrow. Don't try that.
Well, what is it? A storeroom? I mean,
It's your mouth.
that I'm willing to let you violate, but
You don't want that.
Oh my God. Where is this going? Can we
She trying to take it to the bed, Michelle. That's what she trying to do, but it ain't gonna work.
This is a family show.
It is. It is.
Y'all getting all hot and bothered and stuff. Come on over into, the other place and we about to, talk.
Yeah, we can do that, but she don't want to spend no money. She don't want to be a part of the Patreon crew.
I am part of the Patreon. I just don't call in.
Why?
But I'm always there.
What?
Well, you should call in tonight, Miss New York.
I definitely would call in. What time are you coming on?
It's 11:05. I'll probably be there by 11:30 once I hang up from here.
Okay. My voice is cracking tonight.
What's going on?
I don't know, but I think if I keep talking, I might reveal my real face.
Well, why don't you go ahead and reveal it? We've been waiting.
Really?
Yes.
Tonight?
So you gonna reveal some secrets tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
You gonna come half-ass like always.
What do you mean?
That's what I said.
I mean, no, I'm
Hop on Patreon.
willing to
finish the conversation over there. Hop on Patreon. We're gonna finish the conversation over there.
At 11:30?
On the dot.
On the dot. Tonight. Uh-oh. He put his picture up. Uh-oh. You keep putting the same picture up. Okay. Matching two-piece outfit. Okay. In the bathroom. Nice little shower stall. Why are you so quiet?
Clip it live.
New York.
He's taking some water. That's all.
New York.
Yeah, it was good.
Yep, I'm out.
New York.
Hello?
Tell us, use your real voice.
What's that?
Use your real voice.
That is my real this is my real voice tonight.
I give up. Okay. Thank you.
So 11:30 it is, and
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Michelle,
KJ.
I'll see how you do it, Michelle.
I don't know how I do it either, KJ.
Man, it's all good. I see you on Patreon.
Okay.
All right,
Good
boo. All right.
I know y'all been holding. I see y'all back there, and I apologize. Mr. Motivation, I see you. Hey, good night. Say
good night, Michelle. Okay. I'll see you on Patreon.
Thank you for holding. I appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate the Lord.
All right. Angela, good night. I see you. Thank you for holding. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
I hate when people hold. Sinitra, I see you back there. Hey, I appreciate it. It was just so many people back here. Thank you for holding.
I know.
All right.
See you on Patreon.
All right. I'll be over there in just a minute.
All right.
Constanetta, hey, good night.
Good night. I want to talk to you.
I just want to let y'all know I appreciate
out how to get the Patreon.
How to get the Patreon? The link is in the description box below. Is patreon.com iamATLien. You can download the Patreon app and go to iamATLien, and it'll come up, and it's $5.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. See you soon. Absolutely, Dre. Good night.
Oh my gosh.
Good night. I appreciate you for holding.
You're welcome.
I'll see y'all tomorrow publicly. I'll see the Patreon tonight at 11:30.
All right. Good night.
Good night. I know y'all mad. It's a whole bunch of people. LBB already hung up. Who else? JC. Hey, JC.
Hey, what's up, Michelle? What's going on? I understand, but that cat with the voice was killing me. You waste a lot of time with that boy.
Sometimes I just, New York, Miss Fake New York has been a loyal follower since I started my channel. So I give him, her.
So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
You know Phaedra planted a seed. You know that, right?
Phaedra?
Yes, Phaedra planted a seed.
What seed Phaedra planted?
That they getting people drunk and sick in the dungeon.
Oh, Lord.
Planted the seed.
Let's
Phaedra
talk
did.
about it tomorrow. We're doing a Housewives live tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
What time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
You want to send Tiny and number package when he go to jail?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that.
That girl Sabrina was smart.
I talked about it yesterday. Go watch the live.
Smart. She was smart. She let the media beat them up now, and it's gonna be the truth. She's smart.
She's evil. She's not.
It's
smart.
okay. She could have did whatever she wanted to do. Did she know this?
Talk about it, JC. Good night.
Okay, baby, you got it.
Y'all just gonna make me talk. Good night, CC.
Oh, how do I get on the Patreon? Where do I go?
Patreon.com iamATLien. The link is in the description box. It says join me on Patreon. Click that link and you'll be able to do it. $5. That's it.
Heck yeah. I will blow all these guests out the water, child. Anyway, okay, I will. Thank you, Michelle.
Say some things we can't say publicly, all of that. So I'll see y'all in a minute.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm going on.
Thank you. Bye. Woo! So I appreciate all of you who joined me tonight. I do. Please, please, please put your aliens up. Put your aliens up. You know how we do. It's 11/11. 11/11. Dreams are coming through. Make a wish. Make a wish. 11/11. You got probably 30 seconds to make a wish. 11/11. Let me see what I want. Okay. I already got it anyway. So, whatever I want, I already have. That's what it is. Okay. But anyway, I appreciate all of you for tuning in tonight. This has been a very, very good live. I had a fun time talking to you. I'm sorry I didn't have my notes in order. I was going by memory. That's what I do sometimes. And I appreciate those of you who helped me out, because that documentary was long, and it was, I guess it was okay. I give it an 8 out of a 10. I give it an 8 because I'm not from New York or Philly or wherever else she was on, so I didn't know a lot of her story, but I knew the end and not the beginning. So I appreciate everyone who has called in tonight. Some of y'all made it, some of y'all didn't make it on. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. If you are just getting here, like this video, please, and thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and click that notification bell, not 1 time, but 2 times, to be notified of each and every stream. And most of the time, I let y'all know at least an hour ahead of time before I go live. So if you just click it once, you'll just get some notification. You might get notified the next day too. I also like to thank the people who donated to the stream tonight. Hold on. I gotta get into I saw a Cash App come through. Hold on, the Cash App. Derek. Okay, that was yesterday. Hey, Derek. Thank you, Sherry Shine. Kamina Martin says, I love your show. Thank you so much, Kamina. And also, I would be remiss if I did not mention all of the wonderful supporters who supported on Super Chat and memberships. We got Unique Aura. Thank you so much. We got Angelique Barbie is a new member. We got Jackie 1920 said, hey, Michelle, my love. Hey. Aliski Williams said, good evening, Michelle. I live in New York, snowed in. Hey, Aliski. Vanjie gave the show a 10. Hey, Vanjie. Miss, I can't see. Miss Sheree Estelle, blah, blah, blah. You know your name, Mrs. Shay is a new member. Shout out to you. Lisa Hubs, thank you so much. Said Wendy was a pay up and coming around the way girl back in the day. Vanjie said Michelle, she had like 8 abort. Oh, Vanjie, you so petty. Okay, thank you, Vanjie. Claire Monet is a member on the squad, level 2. Shout out to Claire. Zakia, hey Zakia, been a long time. Said I will forever love and support Wendy Williams. Support Black women. Yes, Zakia, I hear you. Fanella Hurry, thank you so much. Sent me a super sticker. I appreciate you so very much. Southern Ivy sent me a super chat. Said Kevin's street life was alluded to without saying he was hustling drugs. Allegedly. Okay, Southern Ivy. Kamina Martin is a new member, level 2. Marquita Robinson is a new member, level 3. Fanella Hurry, thank you so much. Again, said thanks for being you. Thank you for the super sticker. Afia Maxwell said you made my night, Michelle. Thank you, Afia. I appreciate you. And Vanjie coming through with a big bucks. Said I ain't gonna read that, Vanjie, but you know what it said. You delivered a baby and it was horrible at 5 months. I can understand no woman can recover from that. So thank you all. If you want to come over and join us on Patreon in about 15 minutes, it's patreon.com. iamATLien. The lowest tier to get it for admission is $5. We're going to be chit-chatting and talking. That's all we do is chit-chat and talk. So thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Good night. Almost good night. Hold on. Where is my thing, honey? Oh, this one woman operation over here. You know what it is? I'm a strong Black woman. I hold it down, honey. I hold it down. Good night.